Just keep us in mind, baby. Just keep us in mind. The Cowboys might not do a lot of things well, but what we do well is draft. Tomorrow night at 26, we might shock y'all. What's good, people? It's your boy, Mr. Rome, Cowboys fan talk, right back like I never left. What's up with y'all, man? How y'all feeling? I'm feeling stupendous. You know why? Y'all show up for me every time. The cartel, Cowboys fans, I appreciate y'all. I asked y'all yesterday to run it up, trying to get to 18K before the draft. Y'all did more than that. Over 100 plus new subscribers in a day. Thank y'all, man. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate all the new subs and all the support. You know what I'm saying? I just wanted to come in here today. You know, it's the night before the draft. Happy draft eve. You know what I'm saying? And y'all know, like I do, that it's a bunch of fan bases on edge tonight. You're nervous. You don't know what your team going to do because a lot of teams are horrible at drafting. Just horrible at drafting. You know what I'm saying? You might be good at other things, but just drafting is not one of them. The Cowboys are phenomenal at drafting. Want me to explain to you why? If we weren't, we wouldn't be good. Period. We don't make big trades and we don't sign big name free agents. So how do we keep getting good players? It's only one other element to add to the team. If you're not signing big name free agents and you're not trading for big name free agents or big name players, you'd have to draft well. How do we keep getting these Pro Bowlers and all pros? Well, his name is Will McClay. No hate to Jerry Jones or Stephen Jones, but Will McClay is a wizard. Am I saying that every pick he ever makes is perfect? No. But he'll go into a draft a Tyler Smith when nobody expects it, get a Jake Ferguson, a Peyton Hendershot when nobody expects it, draft a Deron Bland who had 5 interceptions last year as a rookie. You know what I'm saying? Like, Will McClay is a visionary, and I have faith in him. So all of these mock drafts that we are doing that I might discuss soon, they don't mean nothing because that man knows what he's doing. I don't know his secret sauce, but he whipping it. You know what I'm saying? And we lucky, we blessed to have him, you know. And I'm sure his pockets are lined quite well from the Jones family because he's good at what he does. And tomorrow night is when we show up best. No matter where we're picking, we always seem to get great players. I have no doubt that tomorrow we're going to do the same thing. Jerry Jones said, keep us in mind. We might move up. We might move back. But I'm telling y'all what we're going to do is do things that improve this team for the now, not just for the future. You know what I'm saying? I think all kinds of things are on the board, but I feel like pass rushers definitely on the board at 26, running back and receiver. It's one of the three. And it kind of depends on how the board falls. I do not feel like offensive linemen's on the board at 26. I feel like offensive line's on the board for the draft. But I think we want a difference maker. This team, do remember, this team is so good right now that more than likely the person that gets drafted is not going to be a starter. We draft a receiver. He's coming in as the 3rd to 4th receiver, depending on where you want to slot Michael Gallup. No matter who we draft, the 3rd to 4th receiver. We get an edge rusher. He's not definitively a starter. He's behind Micah Parsons, DeMarcus Lawrence, Dante Fowler, Sam Williams, Dorrance Armstrong. Like, we got a heavy rotation at pass rush now. Now, if we drafted a linebacker at 26, more than likely he could start, but hold on. He's not starting over LVE, and not to be funny, he's not starting over Damone Clark right now. Realize that whoever we draft, more than likely, it's just going to be a rotational piece. We draft a great high corner. He's not starting over Gilmore or Trayvon Diggs. And Deron Bland had 5 interceptions last year. He's not starting over him neither. Or Jordan Lewis. Like, we are solidified. Safety room is deep. I'm just saying. Now you'll say, well, if we drafted a guard, he'd start. Yeah, but would you leave more talented players on the board to just force a guard, you're a crazy person. You're a crazy person. I know you built the team from the trenches out. I get it. But if Bijan Robinson was on the board, Jahmyr Gibbs, you're not going to take Steve Avila or you're a nutcase. If Quentin Johnston's on the board, you're not taking Osiris Torrance or you're a psychopath. I'm sorry. I'm just sorry. Our team is too good, and we have a functioning O-line at the present moment. Yes, Tyron Smith can play left tackle. Tyler Smith can play left guard. Tyler Biadasz, Zach Martin, Terrence Steele. Starting full offensive line. You only consider O-lineman if one of the special ones fall to you. If Darnell Wright's there, Paris Johnson, I get it. I get it. DeJuan Jones, I get it. But no, sorry, Steve Avila. No, I'm not forcing a guard. Call me a nut. Say you don't know nothing about offensive line, that's fine. I just don't see it. I want a game changer. As I said before in previous times, I need someone that's going to change my plate. I don't need cornbread. Some of these players you guys are recommending is just cornbread. That's all they are. They're a great addition to the plate. I don't care if it's special cornbread. I don't care. It ain't the main course. You know what I'm saying? If it's fried chicken, mac and cheese, collard greens, cornbread, that's a great meal. That's a good down south southern stick to your ribs meal. But I want a player that might come in and knock that on the floor and be like, oh, when did I get the rib out with the baked potato and the asparagus? That just changed the meal. Yeah, that's what those type of players are. I want a player that's going to change the meal, not just add to it. You feel me? And yes, Jahmyr Gibbs changes the whole meal. The whole offense looks different if he steps on the field. Quentin Johnston changes the meal. Jonathan Mingo changes the meal. Because when you line up the receivers of CeeDee Lamb, Brandon Cooks, Michael Gallup, Jonathan Mingo is your fourth receiver, what you going to do? What fourth corner covering that? What fourth corner covering Quentin Johnston? Like, let's be honest. Those two type of receivers, the type of receivers that are coming in, Michael Gallup got to look over his shoulder. That's how good they would be. And then, like, what you going to do with that four-man receiving crew? It changes everything. We ain't have nothing close to that last year. Jahmyr Gibbs and Tony Pollard? Come on, man. That's nasty. Mr. Nasty time. Y'all remember that from the season? 100%. That's what I'm talking about. Now, let me put this on the screen for a little bit. Had a little mock draft. I just want y'all to know if the draft fell this way, I'm going to just talk about the top three. If the draft fell this way, I am lit. Lit. If we went out there and drafted Will McDonald first. Will McDonald, right? Phenomenal pass rusher. Changes the defense to the point where now you have another player that you can move around like Micah. Go check the interview out that he did with Vash Lombardi. Phenomenal interview talking about how he pass rushes, his technique, his strategy. Phenomenal player. I see why Dan Quinn likes him. Dan Quinn literally told him I would like to move you around like Micah Parsons. That would be a great first pick. And I can see Will McDonald. I might do a video on that tomorrow before the draft. I can see Will McDonald being there. Right? Then you go after that and you get me a Jonathan Mingo, who has become my favorite receiver. Not saying he's the best in the draft, but just somebody I feel like that's very attainable. That's why I like him the most. It's not like Jackson Smith and Jigma where I'm like, we're not getting him. I really feel like we can get Mingo if we take him in the second round. I feel like he'll be there. I don't know if he'll be there in the third. But if you get him, right, and then follow that up with Tank Bigsby, and y'all already know I'm on Tank. Listen. You listen good. You're filling all the holes I want filled. After that, you can go get that guard. Go get that. Look, I got Ivan Pace on there. I got other players on there. Get the kicker, Moody. I don't care. Go get the quarterback. The rest of the draft thing is not that big a deal to me. Those top three players, though, if you can get them in that order, Will McDonald, Jonathan Mingo, Tank Bigsby, Zach Evans, it don't matter. After that, go get a good running back. This other one's A-Chain. But get me those two top players. Get me my receiving weapon. Get me my pass rusher. We lit. We are lit. Look. Y'all grade my draft in the comments. Let me know how you feel about the Cowboys drafting, period. the fact that Jerry's willing to move up or down. I'm just excited about what we do because drafting is what we do. It's what we do. That's why I put this shirt on. For the most hated player in the NFL, most hated quarterback in NFL, pressure is a privilege. And draft night is pressure. GM's got to step up to the plate. And I know that my team, Will McClay and the Jones boys, we usually get this done properly. It's your boy, Mr. Rome, man. Happy draft eve. I'll see y'all tomorrow.